Hey everyone, it's Stephanie and Jeremy from RVFTA.
Live from Texas Hill Country.
Yeah, we are here at Yogi Bear's Jellystone Park Hill Country. This is Canyon Lake, Texas. And we've been here for the last 4 days. We had a really nice time. So we just decided before we took off and headed to our next Yogi Bear Jellystone Park. It's a tour. It's a Jellystone Park tour here in Texas.
Jellystone Park tour, Texas. We thought we'd give you a little drive-through of this campground, a little bit of a tour of the Jellystone Hill Country. And we've been using this as a base camp. So we've done a lot while we were here. We did a day in San Antonio. We did a day in Austin. We did a day in Fredericksburg. And to some degree, we've missed a lot of the beautiful things right around here because we wanted to get into those cities because we've never been to them. And frankly, we don't know when we're getting back to Texas.
Right. So we came further than probably a lot of people who stay at this campground. We came all the way from New Jersey. So we wanted to take advantage of our time here and see everything that we could. But a lot of people, which we saw this last weekend on Easter weekend, they come here for the weekend and then they head back home and they bring the kids back to school.
It was packed Saturday and Sunday. It was totally packed. And then this campground emptied out. Monday, I tell you, we were almost the only people here.
Yeah.
And me and the boys spent 2 hours at the water park, and I swear to you, we were the only people in the water park for 2 hours.
And it's kind of legendary at this point because the boys keep telling the story about how they were the only ones in the park.
It's become one of my all-time favorite camping memories with the boys, you know, just taking on this mythological status at this point. No attendant, just us and the water slides and everything.
All right.
So we've enjoyed this campground. Yeah. It's a quiet, peaceful campground.
When the kids are in school.
Yeah, at least during the week. Now, on the weekend, it was crazy and it was basically sold out.
And they had activities from morning till night, like, you know, the Jellystones do a lot. But now it's really quiet, and we kind of like that balance. But
now, I don't know how they do it in the summer, but now in the spring, there's activities on the weekends, and there's really not activities during the week. Which, I mean, actually, we've really liked how quiet it has been at this campground. We've kind of felt like we've had the run of the place. We've had family goggle ball tournaments, et cetera, et cetera. Now, we think, we'll show you the amenities here, but we think the secret to really having a good stay at this campground is getting a good site. So there are definitely some small sites here. And if you came and you showed up and you got one of those really small sites, you might not like it.
Right.
But if you picked a nicer site, one of the larger sites, I think it's a really solid campground.
And they seem to be adding more of the bigger sites. We'll show you towards the end of the tour. We'll end probably back there where they have some construction going on.
Adding some deluxe sites. So anyway, we're going to show you some of the best sites, and we'll show you some of the amenities. Do you want to show everyone the water park?
Hi, Heather. Hi, Emily. Thanks for joining us. All right.
Now, the water park's really nice. There's 2 nice slides. There's a heated pool. There's a non-heated pool. And there's some splash play area stuff.
I'm going to turn the camera.
Okay. The camera. Do you want me to try and get a better pull up a little bit closer?
So, oh wait, you know what I also want to show everybody? My favorite pool fence ever. So I love this pool fence.
Let's show them the pool fence. Stephanie has 5 times told me how much she loves this pool fence. So campground owners,
take note.
Take note, okay?
All right.
Because you could, it just doesn't look like that ugly chain link kind of thing.
All right, I'll jump off and show you. So I love this. It's like, look, it has the wood, and it's just very like farmy and everything. So I really like the look of it. There's the water park. It's not open yet, and everybody, that's the one that the kids had to themselves. Lots of seating. I love the fact that they have the trees. And thank you, April agrees with me about my fence. I love the fact that they have the trees in the pool area for shade. That was really nice when it got a little bit warmer. There is a jump pad right over there that the kids could run over to. And then there's a picnic basket, right, which is the Yogi restaurant and everything right over there. I'm gonna walk over. Do you want to follow me over? I'll walk over around and show you the other part of the pool area. We have a gas golf cart again at this campground, and they're always louder on these video tours, but what are you gonna do? All right, so here we go. Here's more of that lovely fence that I absolutely adore. And we got an arcade there. So you can see there's a nice heated pool right there. Then there's more of a splash pad over there. Give you a little bit more of a tour over here. All right. So it's a nice area. And we were here when it was as crowded as it gets, but it held the crowds pretty nicely.
Well, I think that an important thing is, like, on the weekend, the pool's not gigantic, so on the weekend the pool is crowded. During the week, when nobody's here, it's great. It's perfect.
Yeah.
So, you know, one of our top tips for Jellystone, any Jellystone really, is to consider doing like a Sunday to Thursday vacation. Then you will miss out on some of the activities, or stay the whole week and just know that you're going to have activities on the weekend and quiet on during the week.
All right,
depending
now
on which Jellystone.
That's like a general Jellystone tip, and then my top tip for this campground is that these sites that are all right here around the pool area, they are the smallest ones at the campground. So to me, those are the ones that are tight, and I guess that some people, you know what, it's worth it to just be right there at the pool. Your kids are running over to go in the pool. You're, you know, can go back and forth to the camper. For some people, that's going to be worth it, and they might love that. If you are a person that doesn't like a tight site, you do not want to be in this section. Some of the areas to the back that we're going to show you are a lot better. Hi Joe, Camp Mojo Texas Style is right. We really have been loving this week, and I have to say it's made it a little bit more sweet that we're seeing the snow pictures from home.
Joe's been working hard on a secret project too. I just want to say, if you could show them the camp store.
Sure.
It's a nice country camp store, which is very typical of the Jellystone and all the merchandise in there and stuff. There's bike rentals there, which Wesley has wanted to do, and we haven't gotten to do that yet. And then behind the camp store, there's actually an indoor pool.
Right.
So if it was raining, that's a nice option as well. And we did go in there and swim at one point just to test it.
We just didn't want to be inside. The weather's been great, though. We've been inside all winter at home, so we've been enjoying being outside.
And by the way, the weather has been lovely here in April. Oh my gosh. And the snowstorms back at home are just making me feel like I'm so glad we're in Texas.
So then here are some other cabins right by the pool area. It's going to be a little tighter up here, but it was nice. Everybody had these doors wide open on their cabins. They were hanging out on the porches all weekend at Easter. So Joe, don't even ask us about the barbecue. We've been eating nonstop.
Oh my.
And the best barbecue that we've had is at this gas station called Buc-ee's that everyone around here raves about. We went to, and we are in love with Buc-ee's.
Buc-ee's is like a cult here in Texas.
All right, so
there's a couple loops. There's a loop of sites down here to the left.
And those are the tight ones that we said, if you want space, don't come here, all right? You take it for the loop. And it's windy.
And there's a tent camping area down here over the weekend. There was a big group. I think it was all one group in this tent camping section.
I don't know if everybody's going to be able to hear you.
So now that I think of it, there's really 3 loops.
Yeah.
And I'd say this is my least favorite for the sites, and the other 2 I like better.
And there we got a playground right there.
We'll get a better view of that in 1 second.
I don't know if everybody can hear us while we're moving, so we'll just let you look.
They do have propane. They take driving slowly here very seriously. I'm slightly ashamed to do it.
Thank you, April. April says she can hear us if we talk,
Thank you,
that's
April.
Good to know. All right.
Now
let me say, this is the activities barn. A lot of Jellystones are going to have this, right? They do daily like sand art and crafts and everything like that. So, and there's the wagon rides that leave here. And there's gem mining. So this is just an example of, like, some of you I know have never been to a Jellystone, and this just shows you that it really is all about the activities and the fun. There's the signs up there for what movies are showing at what time. The whole activity schedule is right there that you can check. They did all of the Easter egg hunts this weekend, and I love how they separated it out into different age groups. Yes, which was really great. Okay, so this is another thing that you'll see in a lot of Jellystones. It's a recreation area, really.
Can I comment on this too? Like, now the Max and Theo are getting older. They're almost 9, and they don't want to give Yogi Bear hugs anymore. Wesley really wants to give Yogi Bear hugs, and he's into all of those activities. But a good Jellystone is going to have stuff for kids as they get older, and this one does. So you're going to see a really nice volleyball pit to the right, a basketball court to the right, and then the Max and Theo have spent a ton of time at the Gaga Ball pit. That's like an essential one for us. So we'll go down here and you can see all that area, and then we'll see one of the nicer loops in the
other loops, okay? So we're going to go take you on another loop. All right, speed bump.
Nice trees, nice trees here too. Nice shade at this campground.
There is basketball basketball, volleyball, and a little picnic area. There's little diggers for the little kids. I love having seats for the parents that are sitting there watching their kids play. You see all those little swings. I really like that. Gaga ball, for those of you that don't know.
Frisbee golf, which we like, but we haven't done that. So this is a loop here where they seem to put some of the bigger rigs. And as a general rule at this campground, I think the pull-throughs are nicer than the back-end sites.
Yeah.
Stephanie, do you agree?
Here, you can see the big ones.
So they can handle, you know, 40-foot fifth wheel here on these pull-through sites.
And of course you're going to get less trees, right? That's just how it's going to be for those sites. But I like the back loop the best, that we'll get to, because that combines a little bit of size with the shade.
The last loop is the best loop. Laser tag.
Laser tag back there.
Which we didn't do because we went into San Antonio for Final Four weekend, by the way, and we saw Dick Vitale. We literally ran into Dick Vitale, and I wanted a picture so badly, but he was getting bombarded, and he really looked like he wanted to have lunch with his wife. So I totally didn't take a picture with Dick Vitale. My grandfather's probably rolling over in his grave because he loved him.
So there we go, more tent sites over there. Here's some more cabins.
I will take you back to where we think the nicest sites are.
Now, I want to say, Mary Lou just left a comment about never being to a Jellystone and worrying about the crowds. Mary Lou, if you are sensitive to crowds, and that's what we like to say, don't come on a busy holiday weekend or a summer weekend. It will be too much for you probably if you're used to more state park camping and everything. But if you can find the time, I mean, look at this, it's Wednesday, the kids are in school. If you can take a day off, you know, and get that weekday trip in, honestly, it's such a fun, wonderful experience to have all the amenities without the crowds, right? I mean, it just is. So, all right, we're going to go over, we're going to show you the last loop, right?
Generally speaking, you know, just to be honest, the kids aren't going to care about the crowds. You know, if you're camping with kids, they're going to kind of be excited by the crowds.
Yeah, it's nice for our boys. They didn't like the fact that they didn't have
they want kids at the Gaga Ball pit.
They didn't have any friends at the Gaga Ball pit once everybody went back to school. So, all right, so here are some more cabins.
These are pretty nice cabins. These are two good sites here. If we can even tell them, can we see the site numbers?
Let's see if we can see the site numbers coming up
right
here.
next to this cabin.
All right, so you can see that's a nice big site. You're not too far away from the pool. There's the bathrooms right there. There's the doggy park back there. Okay, so this is 112 and 113, I think. There's 113. All right.
Look at the cabins. You can see some of them are designed so you do have a nice little bit of privacy. Some are right on top of each other. So it's all about selection here. And I would definitely call and speak to somebody and say, hey, I want a site where, you know, have not right on top of somebody.
So here's the loop that I really like. I'm going to show you some of these middle. I think that this gives you a nice big pull-through site with a fire ring and a picnic table. I think these sites are really reasonably sized. I mean, that back end, you're not going to have a huge site, but look, it's nice. You've got trees behind you. So I like this loop, and this is where I would stay.
This end site is very nice.
Yeah, this is 139.
And a couple of these back ends.
Look at this. This is a gorgeous site. Let me see. This is 129. Look at how nice that is. Tons of room back there. This would be a good buddy site too because it has one entry for two.
This pull through 136.
Look at this. 136.
Probably my favorite site at the campground.
This is the back.
All the way through to the other road.
All right, this is the one you want.
136 is definitely a good one.
All right, so you can see there's a range, but you can find something if you want some room. But you might, if you don't plan ahead, you might get stuck on a smaller site and not be happy. So that's our big takeaway.
Then we'll end. We'll show you their. Like they're getting ready for summer here.
So look, there's the construction going on over there, guys.
Oh, want me to just drive?
You can probably just drive through.
Why don't we drive through here and stop, and we'll just kind of give some closing thoughts.
Hopefully we won't get in trouble. There's nobody around.
So they're putting some deluxe sites back there. Oh, I'll just go right through.
Yeah, go right through here.
Like, I'm sure these will be really nice deluxe sites.
So they're obviously the new sites that are going in.
I'm going to pull away though because that's loud.
There we go.
And these are not in position yet.
Yeah. Right? So these are going to be put in position. There's going to be nice sites. There's tent sites back there. So and we're up there in those cabins back there. We were far
Explorer has been a pretty nice ride.
Yeah, we've been driving around the Force.
The base engine could use a little more pep. Right. I just wanted to say group areas for tent camping for sure.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I see buddy sites per se here.
The one over there has one entrance that we passed by. If you go back and look, that you can obviously have two campers in there pretty easily. But I think one of the nice things about this campground is the setup is such that you could easily camp with friends. Like in the site we're in right now. There, let me see. Let me turn you around. We're in a site, and then there's this site behind us. So if you were that site and this site with your friends, you could easily have a nice
this
time.
motorhome here, there's a cabin right on the other side. So if you were coming with people, this would be a very nice campground for somebody in an RV, somebody in a cabin, etc., etc. Now, what I want to say is there are 3 Jellystones in Hill Country, and we actually, went back and forth a little bit on what we were going to choose because we really wanted to see Hill Country. So this one is owned by Northgate.
Right.
They own a bunch of Jellystones, and they tend to be very, very nice. And frankly, they tend to be really large and off the hook, et cetera, et cetera.
Very amenities heavy.
Amenities heavy. This is a smaller version of what they typically do. Now, I fairly recently bought another Jellystone in Kerrville.
Okay.
Now, major construction going on there, which is why we decided not to stay at that one at this time. They're building a massive water park at the Kerrville Jellystone. It's not supposed to open till June or July. In fact, they don't even have a date yet. So, we didn't want to come to Texas and be camping somewhere where there's massive construction. But that Kerrville one will probably end up being awesome.
Yeah.
And the photos look like it will be awesome.
Now, the other one is the Fredericksburg Jellystone.
The wine country Jellystone.
So, don't get confused. So, the thing about that one is that people rave about it too, but for entirely different reasons.
Right.
They rave about it because it's actually really beautiful and a little more quiet, and to be honest, it's actually not as kid-centered as most of the Jellystone parks.
That's the word we've heard from multiple people, that it's actually a really nice adult Jellystone.
Right.
So whoever was asking before about, I'm worried about the crowds, maybe, I don't know if you're in Texas or not, maybe you'd want to try that one. And it is right outside of Fredericksburg.
Right.
So its location to Fredericksburg is awesome.
We saw it yesterday or the day before when we were in there.
If we came back, which I really want to come back to Hill Country because it's gorgeous, I would try another one, not because we did not like this one. We did like this one. But I just would want to see one of the other ones, maybe that wine country one in Fredericksburg. Now, this has served as a great base camp for us.
Yeah.
We were parked in San Antonio in about an hour, maybe under an hour. We were parked right by the Alamo. So this served as a great way for us to see San Antonio. We got into Austin in about an hour yesterday, and Fredericksburg was about an hour too.
Yep.
And that was a gorgeous drive to Fredericksburg. So for people like us who wanted to really see some of the cities and really see the region and not just be hanging out at the campground, I was very pleased with how we were able to get everywhere we wanted to get.
Heather says Fredericksburg might be a great option for us, and I think that that's exactly right. I think that Fredericksburg would be the perfect option for people that want that sort of amenity-rich campground, really beautiful, really well tended, but also are not going to use all the activities, and they don't want to do gaga ball and kick ball at 11 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, Waco's not that far, and you got to forgive me in my Texas geography. I mean, I'm just.
It's not. It's actually very close. We passed it on the way in, under an hour, and we did have friends that were here too, and they did go to the silos. They went to Magnolia, and I didn't. I probably should have, but I'm with 4 boys, and I can't say that it would have been a great outing. I should have hopped onto their outing. But you could have gotten there, I think, in about a half hour when I saw when we hit it, or maybe it was on the other side of Austin, and I'm forgetting. But it's not far. You could definitely do a day trip.
And the wildflowers have been crazy. Like Kate Dunbar told us, basically, we are here at peak. The bluebonnets have been gorgeous. I've really enjoyed doing some photography of the wildflowers. So April's a really nice time to come to Hill Country. I mean, in my opinion, the weather's been good. It's not super crowded. All
right. Well, we are headed to the camping kickoff at the North Texas Jellystone in Burleson. So we're going up north today. The car's packed. We are ready to go.
And
we're headed up there.
We're going to stop at Buc-ee's for gas and other things. like tacos for lunch, and maybe like a Buc-ee's hat, and maybe some are the nuggets.
You're gonna go through Buc-ee's withdrawal.
Buc-ee's is crazy. It's like a metaphor for Texas. It's so huge.
All right, so well, we got to get to Buc-ee's then. All right, everybody, thanks for joining us.
Gastination. Anyway, I would consider this Jellystone for a Great Hill Country vacation, and then also be aware there are 2 other Jellystones really close by.
I had the brisket, Wendy. I had the brisket when we went last time.
The brisket is solid. It's a gas station,
and Wendy. I got it with pickles and onions.
And they're grab and go. They're pre-made, and you grab and go your brisket sandwich. I'm getting so excited I can't talk.
He can't even talk.
And the pulled pork. It's like crazy.
All right.
And the bathrooms.
Buc-ee's bathrooms, yes.
Anyway,
right.
loving
This is not
Texas.
a Facebook Live on Buc-ee's, so we'll wrap it up.
RVFTA
we will see you at the next
Texas.
Jellystone in Texas.
We're
having a great tour.
Again.
Yep. And any questions, drop them in the comments, we'll come back and answer them later. Hey, everybody. Hope you're having a great spring. Wherever you are, remember, think spring.
Everybody on the forum who kind of welcomed us to Texas, thank you. We're really loving it here.
Head on over to rvfta.com if you want to see all of our campground reviews and blog posts, and if you want to check out our podcast, blah, blah, blah.
Photos on Instagram,
all right.
blah, blah, blah.
Bye, everybody.
Take care.